It was on the news. Youths in Akwa Ibom State of the All Progressives Congress, in their numbers, came out to protest. And in some of their submission, they said that INEC was interfering in party activities. And in fact, some of the placards they carried, some of them said they didn't want you again as the electoral commissioner in INEC electoral commissioner in Akwa Ibom State. Now, make us understand why there is an issue between the APC and INEC in Akwa Ibom State.
Despite the courts ordering that the status quo should be maintained, the leadership of the party will now have a new leadership now under the current chairman and secretary. Senator Adamu Abdullahi and the current secretary, Iola Omishore, also is former senator. They are now the new leadership of the party, who inherited a case from their successor, all right, who instituted the matter. Now, when the court said maintain status quo, as I told you, party remain where you were before the dispute. You who have been in office, be there. You who is having a copy of judgment with you, but judgment when it remained there. Guess what? 4 days after the court order that maintain status quo, in violation of the court order, in contempt of the superior court in the land, the Court of Appeal, I am very sure that Senator Adamu Abdullahi and Senator Iola Omishore were not properly briefed. They went ahead and swore in the guy with that judgment of the Federal High Court on the 11th. On the 17th, when the court was they were to come back to the Court of Appeal, they have already taken an action to overreach the Court of Appeal. On that day, what did they do? The same people whose predecessor brought the matter to court and all that, the current successor, they said they were withdrawing from the case. They were withdrawing from to put the carpet under the feet of their own members who went through a congress on the 16th successfully. And you can show to Nigeria the video of the former minister, all of them were there. When they did that, or of course, Akpan Udehe, the former secretary, now said, look, on this process, apart from being sued in his capacity, in the official capacity, he was also joined in his personal name. The matter was now adjourned again. Meanwhile, the order to maintain status quo is in force. This was the period the Guba primary and the senatorial primary took place, when the order to maintain status quo was in force. Now, by the time the matter came back, they said they were withdrawing, and effectively they withdrew on the 31st of May. Meanwhile, Guba primary that did not take place, did not hold, as well as senatorial primary that had been concluded, and one DIG Ekpeudom, a match on the 27th, had taken place under the prevailing court order to maintain status quo. It was after on the 31st of May, just last week, that having withdrawn, those who brought the matter having withdrawn, it meant in fact and indeed that we are now back to the Federal High Court judgment that was obtained through a forged, doctored, altered document, in which case, no matter how bad that judgment is, the commission now wrote on the 21st of June, just last week, that look, having regard to the fact that what is now left is the Federal High Court judgment, let us now revert back to that, which means that any dealing from on the 31st, now that the Court of Appeal is now somehow functions official, not because on the merit of the matter, but on the ground that those who brought the matter had withdrawn, we can now revert back. That is the letter they are parading ignorantly everywhere. Now, may I say this here? This is the genesis of their crisis. As at that on the 16th, in Akwa Ibom and several parts of the country, politicians want to have a faction So they plan to have this problem, but I advise that they should settle themselves, and they did a successful primary with a view to conducting their own private primaries. That's why they prefer faction. This whole thing is not about INEC per se. It's not about my person, Mike Igini. It is about our democracy, the democracy that we fought for. All right? And I've often asked the question, when the journey of Nigeria and the prospect of democracy was less certain under the military, when some of us were being hounded, we are fighting for democracy. I was detained with Ebu Adeguruwa, senior advocate of Nigeria, Bamidele, late Bamidele Aturu. We were all detained in Enugu. Where are these characters who are making noise everywhere today when we were facing the military? We fought for democracy. We cannot destroy it. This is the genesis.